Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Building with fWhip. Man, I am so excited to get this video started today. Today we are starting Season 2 of our Minecraft single player survival Let's Play. Starting out here in our good old-fashioned port city. As a lot of people were concerned, we're actually not going to be resetting the world. What we're actually going to be doing is moving about 3, 4, 5,000 blocks south. Not even that far at all. Basically, we'll be walking that distance right now here today. Really what my goal is with this new season is to introduce a few new goals and refocus ourselves on what we really want to accomplish throughout our world, because I feel like we've been very all over the place. I do want to continue with our current projects here, and I do want to continue working on everything that we have in our surrounding areas, continuing everything. Like the city right there has a lot of work to be done on. Our giant mountain range up there has a lot of work to be done on it as well. That's probably the biggest project we have right now. But even things back to our original city of Papyrus, our desert city, has a heck of a lot of work to do, and there are a lot of people now subscribed to the channel that have no freaking idea at all what that city is, and that's a big bummer because that is where this entire series started a little over 2 years ago now at this point, which is absolutely insane. So while we are walking off to our new location where we're going to be living for the next little bit, we are going to be living inside of a village. I really want to go ahead and transform one of our new Minecraft plain villages that we have here into a very lush farming environment and spend some time learning about villagers, learning how we can transform their houses and all of that good stuff. But I figured while we're walking along the way, it was a good idea to talk about some goals for the series and some goals for things that'll be coming forwards. And I want to hear from you all in the comments down below on goals that you guys want to be seeing, what we should be focusing on first and foremost here after we spend a little bit of time here in the village. I know with 1.14.1, villagers are still a little buggy, but I mostly want to get out of this area for now and just do a quick like 2-3 week refresher, more or less than anything else, just so we can refocus and get ourselves rekindled on like inspiration, everything like that, so we can come back here fresh and really just try and work through a bunch of that stuff. So anyways, getting into the goals before we blab onto this stuff for too long. The first goal for Season 2 is to transform a Minecraft village into something more complete, something more lush, and something that I feel like would have the standard of what I like to see in builds that I put inside of this world here. Second goal, which I think this one is going to be an absolutely insane project, but I'm very much looking forward to it, is I want to do a major overhaul of our nether hub. Currently right now it is dark and gloomy and impossible to see even for myself, so I know for you all it is absolutely pitch black. So I want to completely tear that thing out, make it a much more larger and grand scale, and really make something honestly incredible. I have a great idea of this fantasy mushroom forest that will just be out in the middle of nowhere, and I think it'll be something really cool and really fun that we can do. And coming up here on Papyrus, our desert city where we have not been for a long time, is I want to finish this city. I really would love to be able to completely finish the city that we have here. There's a lot of good things going on with it, and right now I think I can happily say that we're probably about 50% of the way done with the city. So there's a lot of work we have left to do for it. We have a wall design down, we have our house structures and styles and palm trees and everything like that inside of this area, but there's a lot more work to be done. For example, filling in this entire area, that's a big empty spot right over there, and on the far side of the city we have a lot more to do there as well. The mountain range we were previously in, I want to be doing a lot more work on there. I would love to be able to finish the mountain range so it comes fully around to basically the side of the port city. So there's a lot of things that we can really like look from the city, look from the big port city, and it appears to be finished, or at least appears to go all the way around, instead of right now it randomly cuts off and just stops about halfway over. So I'd love to be able to finish that. We're going to be heading off in this direction down to where our village is going to be. And then from there, after we finish up the port city, or after we finish up working on the mountain range, I would love to be able to actually connect up our entire world more completely than it currently is. I feel like our world is connected up by roads, but I feel like traveling along the roads and traveling that distance, we don't really see a whole lot of interest along the way. I've come in here a few times and trying to add things to that, but I would love to add much more to that. So there's much more to explore in this world, because I want to build this world for people like you guys who are watching, that when we put out a download for the world, there's something that you all want to be checking out, something you all want to be exploring, and there's always something hidden around the corner that we might not always touch on in every single video that we do, but for the people who come in here and explore the world, or even when I'm wandering around myself, I love finding those little hidden things that I completely forgot about. I'm like, oh man, that was really cool to do. What else can we do that's like that? Now, looking at that port city that we were at in the very, very beginning of this world, I really do want to... That's not the current village we're going to, by the way. That is a old Minecraft village. We're looking for a new one. But I would really love to be able to finish up the current district of the port city. In my mind, I've kind of divided it up into 4 different districts. One being like a palace district, then the one we're currently working on, which is kind of like the bay port side, or like the sound, like I don't know really what we'd be calling it, but the current area around the port, I would love to be able to fill that in with houses, more streets, and a lot more things along that line, so it feels much more complete, and it's something that we really want to be living in. And right now I feel like I don't like looking at it from every single angle. I feel like there's a lot of places in there that are very, very lacking, and it really bothers me because I love wandering around there, but I feel like I'm in a theme park where the theme park doesn't close you in and you can walk around a corner and instantly you're like, oh, this is where all the maintenance stuff is. So I really would love to remove that aspect of it and make it feel much more complete than it currently is. And I'm kind of just wandering here hoping that we're going in the right direction. Next goal, I think this is number 7 at this point, is I would love to look into Minecraft Redstone a lot more than we currently have so far. And with that, with the 8th goal, I want to work on that dwarven city that we briefly started in episode 199, including our patron heads and everything like that down there in the cave. I think it'd be great to be able to continue working on the city in underground. They're making an awesome like underground dwarven stronghold, and then all these ancient machines in there. I know, moving away from that Westworld idea that we previously had, instead of going futuristic, I'm almost thinking we can go dwarven style with all the custom machines that we build. I think that'd be a great way to do it. Anyways, that is pretty much all of the goals for this time. I don't want to keep blabbing on for too long with y'all here, so let me time lapse this. Are finally at our brand new home for the next little while. This is a pretty dang cool village. All I saw on the seed map was that we had a village down in this area. I've not looked at it at all prior. What do we got in here? We got quite a few beds. We got a few hay bales around here that we could collect up and actually use for ourselves. That guy does not have a job. We even got some baby horses over here. Look at those. They're so freaking cute. I love the little white hooves and everything they got going on. Those are very, very cool. Looks like we got our first farmer villager. Hey, Mr. Iron Golem, how are you doing? I love the market stall center that we have. Oh, man, that is going to be really great. Dude, you're killing your own crops. What are you doing, dude? And we got 2 villagers right here, again, who do not have jobs. And how are you doing, Mr. Farmer? 22 carrots for an emerald, 1 emerald for 6 bread. I do not like your trades, man. But that is something really, really cool that I am very much looking forward to being able to use inside of this area. Looks like we got a lot of good stuff going on in here. What house is this? You don't have a house, or you don't have a job. What do we got up here? Nothing. There's nothing up here. All right, well, that sucks. I have not looked at the new Minecraft like villages things at all so far, but this is looking pretty pretty freaking sweet. I am very happy about this one. It's a smaller village. It's definitely on the smaller side, but I think that's perfect for what I want to do. I love making small contained villages that aren't super spread out, so I think keeping everything here together would probably be a good idea. We got some potatoes, we got some bread, we got some apples, and we got some oak saplings, so not a whole lot of stuff in there. We'll take the potatoes on us for now. Maybe we can plant them over here and get our farming villagers to actually gather some stuff, but I think it's time that we put a little bit of an eye in the sky and see what the heck's going on from here. Looking at our village from above, it's definitely a longer village, but I actually really like this one. I think we got some cool stuff that we can use. We got the rivers down here off to the left side and to the bottom of the screen currently. We have a bunch of large animal pens. We got a few houses we can relocate and redesign into our own style here in the center. I'm thinking down where that church is and those 2 houses down there, we'll probably smooth that area out, bring all those ones up here, and then smooth out this general area, turn into a big old lush farmland region around the village, probably set up like a smaller wall design outside of the village so we can have something going for us there, something so we can really help protect our villages here, because obviously pillagers will most likely be a problem as we're living in these areas. We need to set up our outposts and see if we can defend ourselves from those things. But I think with that, it's time that we claim our house, detail it out, and figure out what the heck we're doing for the style of this city. Village. City village. Town? Maybe. All right, welcome on back. It is time to get some building on. I've been doing quite a bit of work gathering up a bunch of resources, bringing over a few more shulker boxes from our previous city to get ourselves situated over here. Mostly what I've been working on gathering up has been a bunch of white terracotta, because I figured that is one of the blocks that they now use in these plains villages. I don't think we actually have a house in here that uses the block, but it's something that I want to bring as like a core feature of our blocking arrow, so I love doing that. They all go running like crazy and get in their houses. Oh, it's so cool. Anyways, back to the very, very serious nature of what we're building today. We're going to be working on building like a 2-layered house. And then in this area right here, I want to create a staircase down into a basement. And the basement is going to be where we're living. So I want to use a bunch of trapdoors as a doorway for that one, so that our villagers don't have a way to get out of anywhere in there. And then we can easily have a way to like get ourselves like in and out of areas. And then we can easily basically just like have that bed secured to ourselves, keep our storage down there, not have to worry about the villagers going down at all. So first and foremost, I was thinking about bringing this up to being 5 tall. And actually, to give you guys a layout of what it is this is a 5 long section with stone brick, 3 cobblestone, 1 stone brick. Then we have a free long section right here of stone brick, then just the doorway, and then stone brick, and then repeating that around, and we basically got 2 5x5 boxes. Another one here in the center with that sticky outy bit right there in that one, and a third one right over here. I think we're going to be able to come up with something really cool in this one. So let me get everything raised up to here real fast. As I kind of alluded to earlier on when adding those 2 stair bits right out there, I did want to have this area extending out over here. So what we're going to be doing is basically on these front faces right here is every single other one, and then here we're actually going to be adding a few more right like that, which we'll be getting to later. Then we can basically come along this back way right along here and just have these stretching across the entire thing. It should be pretty cool. I'm hoping once we get everything in here figured out and ready to go, that should give us a lot of area right there, and we can grab these last ones on, and then from here we can start to pile up a bunch of different blocks on top of it. And what I initially wanted to use was a bunch of white terracotta like I mentioned. However, on top of that, I was thinking we could use some stripped oak log to help bring that again more into our village feel here, which I don't think there's any stripped oak in this village either. So we got a bad village for the style I want to go with here, but it'll be looking pretty dandy here as soon as we get a lot of things changed up. All right, so I was thinking we could come along the corners here and bring this up again another 4 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. Then we'll do a window in this section, bringing you up like this, going up to that 4 block height right there. And then we can again fill in that top section right there. Then out here, what we're going to be doing is stripped oak, and a white terracotta. Then again, stripped oak all the way up here to the top, leaving a gap for a window right there. And we can do bam and bam. That'll bring us right there along the top. Then again, throwing in more window sections, leaving 2 high window gaps, which I think would be pretty good. And this should be pretty much the whole front face of it as far as that thing. And then what I was talking about where we're going to be leaving these gaps over here on the side as well is I wanted to bring in some more stripped oak logs here. I don't have any more on me, so we can basically just create some right here real fast and bring this up to being 4 tall, right like so. And basically carry this going all the way around. This back section along here where we have it right now is basically going to be a clone of that one. So I'll get all these in. I'll be right back with y'all. Actually, right here real quick before we go, we're going to just be filling that in right here as well with that white terracotta. You know, originally I was not thinking we were going to be needing that much white terracotta, but we went through over a stack of it, just stacking up this floor of it right here, which, you know, that's pretty cool. I think this thing's going to actually turn out really, really sweet. We're going to bring in some white stained glass panes in here as well to kind of help bring in that wooden window feeling that we have going on here with this very medieval, classic medieval village that we're going to try and create, which I think would be really, really cool once it's all done. And we can come down here into the front real fast and add in a few starter detail bits out here to help ourselves out. I was thinking first and foremost, a light right there is probably a good idea. And then I was thinking we could throw in some window shutters here to help blend everything in to kind of make this feel a lot more attached. Because I really like the color of the white terracotta, but because of how plain it is, I almost feel like it really needs something attached on top of it, or else it kind of looks a little bland and a little too boring for me. So I like to add in a bunch of extra detail to it. Then I don't really like it showing through right here. I really do like that one though. But I was thinking we could bring in some dark oak trapdoors and just dot those along the base right there, which could be pretty good. Bring another one of those in right along here along the back, and then we go bam, 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 and bring them right along this back area completely as well. And that is starting to look a heck of a lot better. Some extra details that we can add in here, because you guys know me, I love my bushes. I was thinking we could just dot a few of those along here along the front, and we can get some stuff right there. And then we can take our trusty ender pearls, get ourselves up here. Now I was thinking on top of this, I wanted to be incorporating cornflowers, because cornflowers is that new block that we have in the game now, or new flower block, and I thought that'd be way too good of an opportunity to be able to bring those in here. So I figured we could throw in a few flower pots. Can we get that? We can. Ooh, I love this new crouch thing. You can reach all the way down an extra block, actually, if you crouch all the way. That is really, really useful. After that, what I'm thinking is we just go with an oak roof here, because, you know, we are in a plains village. There's a lot of oak wood around us, and I figured that made the most amount of sense. So I was thinking we could come all the way over here and basically just do a classic stair roof that's going to stretch all the way up here, and then bringing itself all the way back around to this way. And then here on the points, just the classic little bit right like that. And then a bam right there. And that should be pretty good. And we can carbon copy this around the entire build. So I think that's gonna be a lot of what you guys probably already know how to do. I'm gonna get this roof on. I'll be right back. And our exterior is now done. I am super happy with this one. This is actually turning out way, way cooler than I initially thought it would be. Brought in some andesite as well as some stone to mix up our base area in there, and I think that's looking just awesome. It's really, really sweet. Inside, I've started to do a bit of work in here as well, getting our floorboards down, of using some stripped oak down there as some beams, and then using just a few pieces of like oak slabs right in there to help it look a little bit better. And once we get the basement, that'll help us out there as well. So what I was thinking is we could just get a simple staircase to get up here. I don't want to do anything too crazy staircase wise, because the plan is for villagers to be able to walk in and out of this entire structure. So like we can't have a block there. For some reason, everything feels super framey right now. Don't know. Oh, it's because it's going to be nighttime. Let me sleep real fast. Man, I don't know what it is with it going to nighttime. It just causes so much lag. All those lighting updates, I guess. But oh my gosh. All right, well anyways, back to what we're doing. We're throwing this floorboard in up here so that we can get the second story onto the house. Inside, I'm thinking we're mostly going to be using just torches to light things up, because one, that's simple, and two, I just want to do some base interiors. The idea behind the interiors is going to be adding as many bedrooms as we possibly can, so our villagers want to live in here for one, and then two, getting a few different areas inside of here. I'm thinking we'll just do something like that. What is the light level over here? 8, and that is spawnable, so maybe we do need to actually do like an extra one up there and an extra one up there. Okay, so this is totally safe up here now. We should be good to go on that floor. Down here, I was thinking we could throw in a few different workstations. I believe in the end, this is going to be the villagers of the fishermen, because hopefully you all know by now, but basically the way workstations work, or basically the way villager professions work, is we have to give them a workstation. Basically, a barrel turns people into a fisherman villager, and I was thinking we could do something along the lines of this right out here on the outside, just for some extra detail bits, because, you know, barrels right there. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, so cool. Very, very cool. So I was thinking some barrels on the outside. Then how do we make a smoker? I wanted to bring a smoker onto the inside, so we need 4 logs and a furnace. That is okay. That's actually not too bad to make. Do we have any furnaces in here? This is basically turned into my shulker box of everything you could possibly need for decoration. And oh my gosh, it was a great idea to make that. All right, there we go. 1 smoker. And I'm thinking we're going to be taking some cobblestone walls right here. We'll be grabbing a few of those and a few of those as well. Then to help ourselves get our first official area in here that is going to actually have a bit more structure to it, I was thinking we could throw in a smoker. So I was thinking right there, does that line up? That lines up perfectly with a window. So maybe we will actually bring in a smoker right over to here. And then we can do this, and we do a bam bam stone brick wall. That's basically going to be how this smoke and stuff is getting out of this area. Then this will actually also give us a profession for one of these villagers too, which I thought would be pretty cool. Then we can snake that furnace going all the way right over here, break that guy out, and get ourselves up there on top, and give us a little tiny bit of a chimney. I was thinking maybe what if we do you, and then bam, and a bam, and maybe one more block right there to help it peek over the top of the center of the roof. I think that would be, yeah, I like that. Maybe instead of that bottom one though, I like the height of it, but I didn't really like that bit. Maybe we do you, and then we actually give it one more height and do something like that. Ooh, that's good. That's real good. All right, I'm getting very, very happy with this build. I never really use oak wood as a roofing block, but I'm really excited to give that a shot here in this village. I don't think we'll be using it for everything. Also, as these corner roof bits right there, we did a lot of action right like there. So just on the ends, it just has its own tiny pointed roof right there. Then I was thinking back in this area, because we can, we're going to be bringing in that guy right there. And then what we can do beyond that, I don't actually have any fences on me. Do I? I do. All right. Cobblestone as well. We can do a little bit of action right there. And let me grab some more. And basically what we're going to be doing is digging a staircase down here real fast, using some stairs as well, going basically right down this. I think we'll go to right here. Maybe. That should probably be pretty good. So if we do like stone brick stair, stone brick stair, stone brick stair, that'll bring us down here. And then we can create our own little doorway in here to bring ourselves into the rest of this area. All right, I've been doing a lot of work down here, getting this thing torn out, ready to go. And we now have a pretty furnished basement. My idea is that we can stack some chests, stack some barrels and things along these sidewalls so we can have some additional storage in the area. Maybe some furnaces along the back here. Basically, this is going to be our storage room for this entire project. I figured we needed somewhere simple, somewhere easy to get to, and somewhere where our villagers couldn't really bother us. Now, to help with the villagers not being able to bother us thing, they can't actually open up trapdoors, so I figured a good way we could do that is actually adding in a bunch of trapdoors right here, if I can actually place them correctly. And then we can basically go, like, if we want to get in and out, we can open up one side of it and we're good to go right there. I think that'll be a really good way to do it. And then we can add a fifth one right there to make it feel a bit more finished off and completed. But I think that's going to be really good for ourselves to get up and down. And then we can actually place our bed down in the basement down here, so we can actually have somewhere that's pretty reserved. Keep all of our stuff way out of here. Need to find another door for there. I keep losing materials. I don't know what the heck I've been doing with them. I don't know where I'm putting any of this stuff, but let me get everything moved down there and I'll be right back. So I had this worry that every single one of the village that we had was getting lost somewhere and they were dying or something like that. Turns out they're all just stuck here in the cow pen because of the freaking hay bales spawned right here. I guess we're gonna have to break open the cow pen. I do want this wool though. Oh, I guess we can just open that. Everybody can come on out. Come on out, guys. Let's go to sleep. And with that, I think it is time to call this episode quits. Our villagers are having a bit of a powwow down in the shepherd's area. They're all hanging out down there. We've done a lot of work today, getting this whole area set up here for ourselves to be living in, working on this project moving forwards. I really hope you all enjoy the style that we're going to be going with here. Any ideas that you all have where we can improve this one, add on to it, change it up a bit, let me know for sure. I do want to do interiors throughout all of these builds because I feel like we can really make this village very, very livable. For now, I did just bring up 5 beds up here so we can start getting some new villagers around this area if they ever want to venture back into this part of the village, because, you know, it's going to be super great over here because we're doing all that ourselves. Anyways, for those who are not familiar, I like to do a comment or question of the day as a part of the series at the end of every single episode. I think is a really great way to kind of wrap up the episode and move on to the next one and start a bit of a discussion. This one is coming in from Arttail. They said, "Hey Whip, I just figured out something really cool for your harbor and wanted to give it an awesome touch. You inspired me to do my own, but I wanted something for the posts. So I started experimenting and I found that if you use a composter between the bottom visible log and the one under the highest log, it looks like rope tied around it." From Arttail Tabby. One, thank you so much for that idea. That is an awesome idea that we could use moving forward to be able to figure out what the heck we want to be doing with some posts and things like that and how to use the composter. And I have a question for you all. What ideas do you have to be using the new blocks that we have in Minecraft 1.14, particularly looking at the new workstations? For example, we have the loom right here. We got the composter right over there. We got the smoker. We got the barrels. All those different things. Any ideas or creative uses you all have for that one? Be sure to let me know that down in the comments below. I've been thinking about making like a showcase video. So any good ideas you all have, I might be including that in there for sure. Anyways, thank you everybody so much for watching today's video. It looks like we got a brand new shepherd villager. Welcome, buddy. I'm glad you got a job now. Look at you coming up in the world, got a job and all that good stuff. Distractions aside, please hit that like button if you did enjoy, subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you on the flip side.